Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be sharing how I converted my van into a camper whilst keeping it removable so I can turn it from this to this. So why would you want a removable van conversion? So I think the primary reason would be that the van can be used for other purposes other than as a camper van. Whether that's for work, so you can empty the furniture out and put all your work gear in, or whether that's just occasionally because you need to move house, you need to move some big items around. It can be really important that the things you put in your camper van can also be taken out. So what makes a van conversion removable? Is it being able to get it back to the bare metal as when it came out the factory, or is it just being able to remove the furniture and free up the space in the van for other purposes? Putting in some types of insulation and also sticking carpet to the walls of the van, like I've done in my roof beams here. I've put spray foam insulation in, covered it with carpet, is permanent. Other methods such as loft insulation or recycled plastic bottle insulation and foil bubble wrap, provided it's not stuck down with an adhesive, could easily be removed if that was needed in the future. But certainly it's possible, as I've done with my van, to keep the furniture removable, even the floors removable, so that it can all be taken out if access is needed to certain parts of the van or if the van is needed for another purpose. Attaching your furniture directly into the metal of the van doesn't have to be permanent, but after a while of taking things out and putting them back in, the holes might become a bit looser and they might not have such a tight fit in the van. They also leave a very permanent mark in the van, and holes in the metal is something I've tried to avoid purely because of rust. So I definitely think there's a compromise between what you can remove from the van and what you can keep in there permanently, so the van can still be really functional for day-to-day life, but also for leisure, for camping, for getaways. So that leads us on to the question of how do you make a van conversion removable? And as I said earlier, that's something I've done with my van, so let me show you how I did it. I thought it would be interesting to see how long it takes me to remove everything from the van and return the cargo area to empty. So I've added a clock to keep track. And while I do it, I want to share the methods I've used to keep my van furniture removable. It all began in the design process. I didn't want to completely commit my vehicle to being a camper full time, and so tried to come up with ways to make it removable, which also goes hand in hand with not attaching things directly into the framework of the van, so less permanent and also less destructive. To achieve this, I decided to work with what was already in the van, namely the load rings and built-in screw threads. Both of these are present in most vans, but I'll be referring to the MV200 as that's what I've got. There are 6 load rings in the MV200 that run along the sides of the van on the floor, 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the back. They are purpose-built to attach loads into the van, keeping them secure and keeping the vehicle and its passengers safe. I've used 4 of these 6 load rings in my van conversion, one at the front and back for the bed, and on the other side the middle and rear ones to attach the wheel arch storage box. On all 4 rings I've used some turnbuckles, which are super strong and practical items which hook onto the ring on one end, while the other end hooks onto metal eyes that I've screwed and epoxied into the furniture. Once tightened and tensioned, they keep the furniture so firmly in place that I reckon you could flip the van upside down and it would all stay there, though I'm not going to try it. You could also use rope or straps in conjunction with the load rings, but don't use bungees or anything with give in it, as they won't hold things firmly. While I continue removing things from the van, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks! The screw threads can be found all over the place in the MV200, but particularly on the walls and on the rear base of the front seats. Being built into the van, these are ideal to bolt into for solid fixing points. My main use of the screw threads has been the folding table unit, and I've used 5 high tensile M6 bolts to hold it to the wall. Like the bed and storage box, it's very firmly attached. I've also utilised the screw threads on the driver's seat to create a small cupboard to house smaller items and stop them rolling around in the van whilst driving. And I've also put a bolt through the leg of the bed to provide an extra mounting point and a bit of extra peace of mind. So both load rings and screw threads have proven to be great ways to attach furniture, provided it can be done safely. And on the topic of safety, if you intend to convert a van, whether removable or not, always make sure it's done safely and securely, so that if the worst were to happen, you're not putting yourself or others in any danger. Did you know we're also on Instagram? Give yogi.the.van a follow to see the adventures I get up to with my partner Emma in the van. Back with my removal efforts, and you can see that in under 10 minutes most of my van can be removed. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.